I welcome you all to my 10th lecture on digital signal processing, that is UEC 502 for electronics and communication engineering students and electronics and computer engineering students. In the last lecture, we did radix 2 decimation in time FFT algorithm. So we will do one example taking capital N is equal to 8, that is the calculation of DFT through radix 2 DIT FFT algorithm. And as discussed earlier, this is the basic butterfly computation in decimation in time FFT algorithm. Here the signal flow graph shows that two inputs to the butterfly are small a and small b, and by b is going to be multiplied, small b is going to be multiplied by twiddle factor w raised to power r, and at output there are two outputs of the butterfly, A and capital B. Capital A is equal to small a plus w raised to power r into B, and capital B is equal to small a minus w raised to power r into B. So it involves two complex divisions and one complex multiplication. Now as n is equal to 8, so we need to calculate 8-point DFT through FFT algorithm. So V is equal to log 2n is equal to log 2 8 is equal to 3. So there should be 3 stages in the computation of an n point, that is 8-point DFT calculation. Now this is the block diagram. At input, discrete time input sequence xn is arranged in a shuffled way as per the DIT calculation, decimation in time calculations. Here are 4 2-point DFT blocks. Here at this stage, we combine 2-point DFTs. Here in this block, we combine 2-point DFTs, and in the third stage, we combine 4-point DFTs, and output is 8-point DFT, that is capital XK for K 0, 1 to 7, and it appears in natural order. Now this is the main signal flow diagram for 8-point DIT FFT algorithm. How it works: at input, we have arranged input in a shuffled manner, which is in time domain. Now look at this. This is through decimation in time. That input data sequence given is xn, x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, and x7. After first decimation or first decimation yields sequence x0, x2, x4, x6. These are even samples. Then x1, x3, x5, xn. These are odd samples. Second decimation results in sequence x0, x4, x2, x6, x1, x5, x3, and x7 as per the DIT radix 2 algorithm. Consequently, we arrange this sequence at input. Here this is n, x0 is xn at n is equal to 0. So index n, that is time domain index, it is in binary sequence. If 0 is 0 0 0, 4 is 1 0 0, and 2 is 0 1 0, and 6 is 1 1 0, and 1 is 0 0 1, and so on. Now as capital N is equal to 8, so at each stage there are n by 2 butterflies. So 4 butterflies should be at each stage. So 1 2 3 4, there are 4 butterflies at first stage. At second stage, 1 2 3 4, 4 butterflies at second stage, 1 2 3 4, and 4 butterflies at third stage. and the twiddle factors are arranged in a particular fashion according to DIT algorithm as per the butterfly, basic butterfly, and the output here is x0, capital X0, capital X1, capital X2 in the natural order. That is, output is appearing in the natural order. So this is capital Xk at k is equal to 0. And in binary sequence, this k is 0, 0, 0, k is equal to 1 is equal to 0, 0, 1, k is equal to 2 is 0, 1, 0, k is equal to 3 is 0, 1, 1. So if we observe carefully, we see that at input and output, in index, there is bit reversal. That is, bit reversal is taking place. Here it is index n, here it is index k, but the bit reversal is appearing. The vice versa is also true. This means that if we make input in the natural order, then the output will be in the shuffled order, following a particular pattern. So next is radix 2 FFT algorithm with decimation and frequency approach. That is, we are going to do its derivation. We begin by splitting DFT formula into two summations, of which one involves the sum over the first n by 2 data points, and the second involves the sum over the last n by 2 data points. That is, by choosing m is equal to 2 and L is equal to n by 2 in the divide and conquer strategy, which we have done in our last lecture in detail. Therefore, capital Xk is equal to summation n running from 0 to n minus 1 xn w raised to power kn with base n. This is the general formula. This is twiddle factor. Now, as discussed, we will bifurcate the sequence into two parts. The first summation, the limit is n running from 0 to n minus 2, n by 2 minus 1, plus in the second summation, the limit is n is equal to n by 2 to n minus 1, as shown. Now there are two summations. The first term involving summation, we are not going to touch it, but in the second term, instead of n, we will substitute n is equal to L plus n by 2 for mathematical simplification. Here, this is twiddle factor in this term, w raised to power k bracket L plus n by 2 in exponent. So, opening the brackets in exponent, we will find that there are two twiddle factors, that is w raised to power kl into w raised to power kn by 2. But we see that w raised to power kn by 2 with base n is equal to minus 1 raised to power k. This is very simple to show. Now, mathematical simplification gives summation n running from 0 to n by 2 minus 1 xn w raised to power kn plus minus 1 raised to power k summation L running from 0 to n by 2 minus 1 x L plus n by 2 w raised to power kl. So look at the second summation. This summation term is independent of this summation term. So this is independent. Therefore, this gives me opportunity to change the variable L with variable n without any loss. So in the next step, I will replace this L with n. This will give me xk is equal to summation n running from 0 to n by 2 minus 1 bracket xn plus bracket minus 1 raised to power k x n plus n by 2 bracket closed w raised to power kn. Now, here we do splitting or decimation of xk into even and odd numbered samples. Now, we will calculate x2k and x2k plus 1 even samples and odd samples. So x2k is equal to summation n running from 0 to n by 2 minus 1 xn plus n by 2 bracket close into w raised to power kn with base n by 2. And the odd samples of in frequency domain, the capital X2k plus 1 is equal to summation n running from 0 to n by 2 minus 1, xn minus xn plus n by 2, bracket closed, multiplied by w raised to power n with base n, and the whole term is multiplied by w raised to power kn with base n by 2, like this. Now, these two terms in brackets, in this summation and this summation, they are going to contribute towards the butterfly, basic butterfly. Now, here, if we define n by 2 point sequence G1n and G2n as G1n is equal to xn plus n by 2 and G2n is equal to xn minus xn plus n by 2, bracket closed, w raised to power n by n, then I can express x2k as summation n running from 0 to n by 2 minus 1 G1n w raised to power kn with base n by 2, and x2k plus 1 is equal to summation n running from 0 to n by 2 minus 1 G2n into w raised to power kn with base n by 2, where n is ranging from 0 to n by 2 minus 1. So this term and this bracketed term, they form the butterfly, basic butterfly computation in decimation in frequency, FFT algorithm. So here A and B, this is the basic butterfly. This B is going to be multiplied by minus 1, and then it is going to be multiplied by w raised to power r with base n. So at output, I receive two terms. Capital A is equal to A plus B, and capital B is equal to A minus B, w raised to power r with base n. So it involves two complex additions and one complex multiplication. Very clear. 1 and 2, two complex additions and one complex multiplication. This computation procedure can be repeated through the decimation of n by 2 point DFTs, that is x2k and x2k plus 1. Again, the entire process involves v is equal to log 2n stages of decimation, where each stage involves n by 2 butterflies. Very important. Thus, computation of n point DFT via decimation in frequency FFT algorithm requires, look at the butterfly, one complex multiplication. How many stages? Log 2n stages. At one stage, how many butterflies? N by 2. So 1 into n by 2 into log 2n gives us complex number of complex multiplications equal to n by 2 log 2n. In one butterfly, there are two complex additions. At one stage, there are n by 2 butterflies, and number of stages log 2n. So the complex additions are 2 into n by 2 log 2n, and it will give me n log 2n number of complex additions. Its computational complexity is similar to DIT FFT algorithm. Now, example of radix 2 decimation in frequency FFT algorithm for capital N is equal to 8. Here we shall observe that the time domain input data sequence xn occurs in the natural order, but the output DFT occurs in the bit reversal order. Vice versa is also true. That is, it is possible to reconfigure DIF FFT algorithm with output DFT in natural order and input sequence in bit reverse order. This is signal flow diagram for 8-point DIF FFT algorithm. Now capital N is equal to 8. Here, the input sequence is arranged in the natural order of data sequence in time domain. Here xn at n is equal to 0 is x0. This n is equal to 0 is indicated in as binary sequence as 0, 0, 0. 1, n is equal to 1 is indicated as 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 0. There are n by 2 stages, n by 2 butterflies per stage. So at 8 by 2, 4. So both 4 butterflies at each stage. there are 3 stages. So 1, 2, 3, 4. At this stage, there are 4 butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4. At this stage, there are 4 butterflies. And also at this stage, there are 4 butterflies. And twiddle factors are arranged as per the basic butterfly and the demand of DIF FFT algorithm. So by signal flow diagram and decimation, at the output we get X, capital X0, capital X4, capital X2, capital X6, so on in shuffled order. That is, shuffling of output sequence in frequency domain occurs. Here this 0 is K is equal to 0. Here 4 is K is equal to 4. So it is 0 is in binary sequences 0, 0, 0, 4, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0. If I look at binary sequences of indexes at input and output, I observe a bit reversal. It is same that the same phenomena was occurring in DIT FFT algorithm. So it is how we calculate 8-point DFT through 8-point DIF FFT radix 2 algorithm. When n is equal to 16, then there will be 4 stages, and we will perform the calculations in the same way. Now basic details about radix 4 FFT algorithm. Here n is equal to r raised to power v with r is equal to 4. Radix 4 FFT algorithm is found to be more efficient than radix 2 algorithm. For radix 4 decimation in time FFT algorithm, we select L is equal to 4 and M is equal to n by 4 in the divide and conquer approach, which was discussed in last lecture in detail. And from last lecture, if you remember, this was the expression, that is capital XPQ is equal to summation L running from 0 to 3, as we have chosen capital L is equal to 4. So L running from 0 to 3, W raised to power LQ with base n into FLQ bracket closed multiplied by W raised to power LP with base 4, P running from 0 to 3, or M ranging from 0 to n by 4 minus 1, where FLQ is equal to summation M running from 0 to n by 4 minus 1, XLM W raised to power MQ with base n by 4, that is n by 4 point DFT, with L is equal to 0, 1, 2, and 3, and Q is 0, 1, 2 to n by 4 minus 1. So mark it as equation A, that is capital XPQ as equation A, and mark FLQ as equation B. From the divide and conquer approach, once more I repeat, from the divide and conquer approach, n in one dimension is going to map to 4m plus L. That is, xn is going to map to xlm, and xlm is equal to x4m plus L. K in one dimension equal to n by 4 p plus q, and k is going to be mapped to pq. So capital X pq is equal to capital X n by 4 p plus q through mapping process, which we have done in the last lecture. Now here, look at this. XLM is equal to X4M plus L. So we split or decimate n point input sequence into 4 subsequences according to this. That is X4N plus comma X4N plus 1, comma X4N plus 2, comma X4N plus 3, where n is changing from 0, 1 to n by 4 minus 1. Now clearly from equation 4a and equation b, 4 n by 4 point DFTs by equation b are combined according to equation A to generate n point DFT. Once more I repeat, 4 n by 4 point DFTs, 4 n by 4 point DFTs as indicated in equation B are combined according to equation A to generate endpoint DFT. Now, equation A, this defines a radix 4 decimation in time butterfly in matrix form as this equation: x0q, x1q, x2q, x3q in vector form equal to this matrix into w raised to power 0 f0q, w raised to power q f1q, w raised to power 2q f2q, and w raised to power 3q f3q. From this formula we express it in matrix form. It's very easy. You can perform at your places on your notebook and you will find it to be correct. Now, in the butterfly form, it will look like this. So each butterfly involves 3 complex multiplications. 3 complex multiplications and 12 complex additions. Each butterfly involves 3 complex multiplications and 12 complex additions. So FFT DIT consists of V stages. Each stage contains n/4 butterflies. Total or net computational burden of FFT DIT includes complex multiplication, number of complex multiplication equal to, here 1 butterfly involves 3 complex multiplications. So 3 is here. Number of butterflies per stage, n/4, 3 into n/4. Number of stages, V. So multiplied by V, 3V n/4. Here from this 4 raised to power V is equal to capital N, and this is 2 raised to power 2V is equal to capital N. Taking log with base 2 on both sides, we will get V is equal to 1/2 log 2n. So number of complex multiplications comes out to be 3n/8 log 2n. It's quite clear. Now each butterfly involves 12 complex additions. So total number of complex additions equal to 12. Number of butterflies at each stage, n/4, into number of stages, V. So substituting the value of V, we will find it to be 3/2 n log 2n. So these are the number of complex multiplications and complex additions involved in FFT DIT algorithm for radix 4. Now, going back to the article that radix 2 FFT algorithm, which we have done in the last lecture, we have found that the computation of n-point DFT through radix 2 FFT algorithm involves total number of complex multiplications equal to n/2 log 2n, and total number of complex additions is equal to n log 2n. But total number of multiplications in radix 4 are 3n/8 log 2n, and complex additions are 3/2 n log 2n. Comparing both results, I will show you once more. Comparing both results, this is for radix 4, this is for radix 2. It can be inferred that if we use radix 4 FFT algorithm instead of radix 2 FFT algorithm, then the number of complex multiplications is reduced by 25%. Once more I repeat, it can be inferred that if we use radix 4 FFT algorithm instead of radix 2 FFT algorithm, the number of complex multiplications is reduced by 25%. But there is a cost paid, that is, but the number of complex additions has increased by 50%. Here, I finished this article because this is enough for BTech student, but I want to share information with you that there are a number of algorithms and there are a number of mathematical approaches, matrix-based mathematical approaches, which are easily available for students who are interested. And using those approaches, we can further decrease, we can reduce the number of complex additions in radix 4 algorithm. There is a chance to reduce number of complex additions in the radix 4 algorithm. So interested student can go through those. So by using those approaches, radix 4 appears to be more efficient than radix 2. Moreover, it depends upon the application. At some places we prefer radix 2, and at some other places we prefer radix 4 FFT algorithm. So I finish my lecture here. That's all for this session. Thanks for attending this session on DSP. See you in next lecture. And for this course on digital signal processing, you need to follow these reference books. And for self-study, you can purchase 1 or 2 books of your own choice from this list. Thank you.